What's going on, YouTube family? Garrett back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over what I would do if I had to restart my reselling business with only $500 to $1,000. Most of you probably clicked on this video because most people out there only have an extra $500 bucks, $1,000 to spare to start a reselling business. But obviously it's kind of hard to go out there and buy a ton of stuff. Let's say if you want to resell shoes that cost $50 and up a piece if you only have 500 bucks. So I'm going to be giving you guys the exact game plan that I would personally use if I started my business over today with 500 bucks. And I actually got this idea because I was driving past a thrift store earlier today that I used to source at all the time when I first started this business and quit my job. And it just made me start thinking, you know, what would I do today if I had to restart this whole thing that I've built up over the last 4 years? How would I go about doing it now that I actually have the experience of failing multiple times trying to sell different types of items? What would I do if I only had 500 bucks today? So the for sure way I know how to flip a low amount of money into a lot of money fairly quickly, and I know a lot of people get the red flag when you say quickly, but you can flip money very quickly by selling used products. Now, the reason I like selling used products more than new products when you have a low amount of money is the return on your investment is quite significant. In fact, you know, how I actually got started selling on Amazon was by selling used books, right? I'm going to thrift stores, I'm going to garage sales, I'm going to library book sales, buying books for 50 cents, $1, selling them for 10, 20, 30. I've picked up textbooks for $3 at Goodwill, sold them for 150 bucks. So the return on your money, your ability to go out there and put $1 in and get $5 to $10 out is going to be greater with selling used products than with new products. Now, there's a lot of ways to sell used products. There's tons of platforms. You can sell some used products on Amazon, eBay, but I really think the best way in terms of turning money over quickly is either going to be selling used products on eBay or Amazon. Now, if I was going to be selling used products on Amazon, what I'd be doing is I'd be looking for used books, right, with a rank under 500,000, an average rank under 500,000 that I could at least make $5 back on every dollar I put in. So a 500% return on my investment is what I'd be shooting for, and there's plenty of those opportunities out there with things like books, used video games, and used electronics. Those are the things I could find always on a consistent basis at thrift stores, at garage sales, at swap meets. Always find books, used video games, used electronics. And the great thing about those three categories is there's tons of used items out there in those three categories on Amazon, and the great thing is they usually provided a big ROI. I'd pick video games up for a couple bucks. Sometimes you flip them for 20, 30 bucks. Pick up, you know, DVD, VCR combo sets, sell them, buy them for 5 to 10 bucks, flip them on Amazon for 80 to 100. I did that so many times starting out, and your money can really compound fast by getting those items that are really, really large ROIs. Now, eBay could be the same thing. I've never really sold a ton of used items on eBay. I do a little bit, but not a ton, so I don't really know what to recommend as far as used items on eBay. But obviously, the same thing applies with selling new items on eBay. Is just look at the comps, look at how many have sold, how many are listed, average sales price, so on and so forth. And it's pretty easy to know if an item's gonna sell or not. And to give you guys some extra tips on where to source products when you're starting out with this low of a budget, Goodwill has gone up in price, so I would recommend going and seeing, you know, which stores do their weekly discounts. Like in Arizona, I know different states have different kind of sales and stuff, but in Arizona, every Saturday is like 50% off, or at least it used to be. I haven't gone to Goodwill in a while, but if you have a store like Goodwill's in your area and they do weekly sales, make sure to hit those stores up on those days. Also, the Goodwill bins, they have books at Goodwill bins. Not sure how good they are now. Haven't been in years, but that's also another place you can check. Also, guys, you can find honey hole thrift stores that are like local mom and pop thrift stores that tend to have like book sections, video games, electronics. Like I said, there's a lot of used stuff you can sell from thrift stores. Garage sales, if you live in a place like Arizona, there's garage sales every single weekend, year round for the most part. There's swap meets. If you want to find a place to get a lot of good, very, very cheap used books, there's a website, I think it's called librarybooksale.com or something. I'll leave it linked in the description, but You can actually search your area and find out when and where libraries will have their book sales. And a lot of times I was getting books from places like that for 25 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents. Very high quality books where I was selling them, pick up a book for 25 cents, sell it for 15 bucks. After Amazon fees and all costs, I'm turning 25 cents into $6, and I'm doing that like clockwork over and over again. Get money back, go buy more books, send them into Amazon, rinse and repeat until you have a lot of money built up. Same goes for eBay. If you're flipping vintage clothing from Goodwill, you find a piece for 5, 10 bucks, sell it for 50, 60 bucks. Just keep reinvesting the profits, building up your inventory, and that's when you're really going to see the cash flow start to compound. Now, how does all of that of what I just told you turn into this? We got a couple hundred pairs of shoes right here, tons of shoes right here that are on different platforms aside from Amazon. I probably have 6,000 units at Amazon warehouse at a specific given time. How do you turn that $500 into all of this? Well, guys, to be honest with you, if you want to turn 500 bucks into kind of like a operation like I have going, it's going to take you a long time unless you get additional capital and fuel your business with it. So what I recommend is if you want to grow as quickly as possible, guys, 500 bucks just isn't a lot of money to start with. You can flip that very quickly, but if you're saying I'm only throwing 500 bucks into this business and that's it, I'm going to flip my way up into building it into a bigger business without adding any more money, just go into it with the mindset knowing it's going to take probably a few years to really build a big business to where you can probably pull in 6-figure profit a year. You can definitely do it in less time, but again, starting out, you're not really going to know all of what you're doing. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, make bad buying decisions. That's just how it goes for almost every single person that gets into the business. And don't get discouraged, guys. That's part of the learning curve. You're going to make bad buys, but the great thing with, like I told you in this video, used items, your cost of goods is so low that those bad buys don't really make a big dent in your overall business. If you want to grow quickly, keep all the money invested in the business for as long as possible. Don't flip 500 bucks into 5 grand and then go buy $1,000 new iPhone and go spend another $1,000 at the Gucci store. Now you only got 3 grand. If you want your business to grow fast, literally invest every single dollar of profit back into more inventory. That's the only way you're going to grow the business unless you get outside capital coming in, right? So invest in your business. Like I just started really paying myself this past year, 2021, like a really solid salary, right? Before that, guys, I was just literally putting everything I could back into inventory. That's why all of the stuff I have today, I don't have any debt, business loans, investors, nothing. All of the stuff I've built is from my own cash going into the business early on, working a second job, doing Uber Eats, putting more money into the business, reinvesting. Now I own all my inventory. I don't owe anyone credit cards, nothing on my inventory. Obviously, I use credit cards to capitalize on points, but I pay it off in full every month. So key focus from this, guys, if you want to flip your money quickly, sell used items, you're going to get the best ROI, and you can flip your money the quickest that way and grow it quickly. And just keep reinvesting into your business until you get a nice little nest egg of capital, and then you can go out there and start doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, selling brand new products, wholesale, if you want to get into private label. Those are opportunities that present themselves as you get more experience in the business and really start to develop a bigger base of capital to work with. So if you're new to the channel, guys, definitely consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content, reselling content, making money, selling stuff online. Definitely would love to have you here on the channel. That's going to wrap it up for this video, guys, and I will see you on the next one.